This is State of Events. I'm Kaylee Hendricks.
And I'm Talia Samalian.
We begin tonight with new details of California's high-speed rail. Voters approved it back in 2008, but I found out what's taking so long to get it going. The plan for a high-speed rail in California was initially approved by state voters in 2008. It would connect the state from here in San Francisco to Los Angeles. But beginning construction on the rail just isn't that simple. Property and business owners in Kings County have been keeping a close eye on the rail authority and say they have discovered that a high-speed rail for this state will definitely not be what was originally promised.
Not comply with the state law. Prop 1A was voted on by the people of the state. It had certain definitive areas, and the High-Speed Rail Authority has absolutely ignored.
By the year 2029, this exact location where I'm standing will be covered by the tracks of California's high-speed rail, but not according to Aaron Fukuda. Aaron and his wife Dina live on and own this property, and he won't let construction of the high-speed rail begin without a fight and a lawsuit.
The lawsuit was an outcome of us realizing that what they promised the voters and the taxpayers is not what we're getting. And so as a taxpayer myself, I feel that if you're promising me something and I'm not getting it, I have the right to challenge that.
And just last week, a state appeals court rejected a petition filed by the High-Speed Rail Authority. A petition that asked to keep Aaron's lawsuit from making it to a courtroom. This is the latest development in a complicated series of legalities involving the high-speed rail, and means that Aaron, along with the Kings County Board of Supervisors, will now have that opportunity to go face-to-face with the rail authority on trial.
I firmly believe they don't read the documents. They're just rubber stamping things as they go along. And so basically there's no accountability, hence the formation of our group, Citizens for California High-Speed Rail Accountability. The idea is that there are people that are watching, there are people that are reading your documents, there are people that are asking questions.
It is a tough battle to keep the high-speed rail on track. Governor Jerry Brown still strongly supports the plan and has been all aboard since 1982 when he first approved a study for a California high-speed rail. Aaron and Kings County insist that the rail authority has broken too many promises, not to mention over-budgeted. But whether they will completely derail the construction for California's high-speed rail will first require that anticipated trial. This is Kaylee Hendricks in Hanford, California, State of Events.
A San Francisco State student was shot and killed in his apartment building on Saturday. Police say Stephen Guillermo was shot when he entered the wrong apartment. He was intoxicated at the time. The shooter is in a San Francisco County jail booked on a homicide charge. Guillermo was an international relations major who was graduating this month.
Officials are investigating a fatal plane crash at Travis Air Force Base in Fairfield during an air show. A small civilian plane went down a little after 2 p.m. on Sunday. The pilot, 77-year-old Eddie Andrini, was killed in the accident. He had been performing at the show for at least 25 years. The base posted online that the show was canceled following the accident. They later released a statement saying that thoughts and prayers go out to the family of Eddie Andrini. No one in the crowd was injured during the accident.
Police have found a badly decomposed body near Stinson Beach. The Marin County Fire Department got a call about the body from hikers Sunday afternoon. The body was found in the Golden Gate National Recreation Area. An official says it doesn't appear that the deceased person was a hiker. The United States Park Police and the Marin County Coroner's Office are investigating the death. Officials say it appears to be a man's body, but it hasn't been identified yet.
California's drought is still at crisis levels, and the city of Santa Barbara is looking to desalination for a new source of water. Nearly 2 decades ago, Santa Barbara spent over $30 million on their desalination plant, but they didn't need it at the time. Currently, Santa Barbara has enough water to last for this year and next year, but they are looking ahead to putting their plant to good use. To make the plant usable again would require $20 million. When they weren't using the plant, Santa Barbara sold its parts to Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia has also invested in desalination projects. Most environmentalists in the nation view desalination of ocean water as a last resort.
The Bay Area will be seeing more mosquitoes this summer thanks to the drought. Austin Stanley tells us how a local public health organization is getting creative with mosquito fighting solutions.
Mosquitoes are in the air looking to feed and lay their eggs for summer, and the Contra Costa Mosquito and Vector Control District wants to stop them.
This is the goal, is to get these mosquitoes, because mosquitoes can transmit diseases to people.
More specifically, West Nile virus that, according to the state of California, killed 15 people statewide last year. But it won't be easy. The drought has turned Bay Area waterways into prime egg-laying habitat.
Where before you'd have more flowing water, which would wash the eggs out, now we're having more stagnant situations.
And water rationing means more neglected ponds and pools that can hold up to 1 million future mosquitoes. So the Vector Control District is giving away free mosquito-eating fish for Contra Costa County residents to put in their backyards. And these little guys mean business.
Each mosquito fish can eat up to 500 of these larvae every day.
And here's another consequence of the drought. The Mosquito and Vector Control District says the unusually warm winter let mosquitoes lay their eggs in still pools of water like this a lot earlier than usual. And that means more mosquitoes this summer. So if you have something that looks like this in your backyard, it may be time to come pick up some fish. In Concord, I'm Austin Stanley, State of Events.
A woman was arrested for trying to smuggle 81 pounds of marijuana out of Oakland International Airport. She was going to Jackson, Mississippi and checked 3 suitcases full of drugs. The TSA says they discovered it during a random airport security search. Investigators think the woman intended to sell it upon arrival in Mississippi. They said that they hope to find out who the woman was working with and if she's done it before.
UC Berkeley is one of 55 colleges being investigated for mishandling sex abuse claims by students. Federal investigators are looking for violations of Title IX, a federal law that regulates how colleges handle claims of sexual assaults. Berkeley is the only Bay Area school on the list. Government officials say the investigation is the first of its kind and highlights sexual misconduct at universities.
The TV show Cops is coming to San Jose. They'll be following around San Jose police for the next 10 weeks. For the first time in the show's 26-year history, the TV producers will be filming in the country's 10th largest city. 2 camera crews will shadow patrol in other specialized units. San Jose police say the reality show could be a morale booster. Several officers have already volunteered to be involved. Police believe the publicity could be used as a recruiting tool.
Coming up, a new way to make sculptures using a pen. We'll tell you about the new art tool. And a major bank is refusing to do business with porn stars. Which one? Next.
Chances of playing in the NFL, 1 in 1,500. Chances of becoming a pop star, 1 in 3,000. Chances of becoming a Hollywood actor, 1 in 5,000. Chances of getting into a school of your choice are better than 4 in 5. First round enrollment. It's for your family's future.
Porn stars are claiming they're getting a raw deal from Chase Bank. They say Chase shut down their bank accounts and didn't tell them why. Many workers say they have no idea why they were targeted. One porn star says her account was closed and she was turned down when she tried to open another one. It's not clear exactly how many workers have been affected. Porn studio MRG Entertainment is suing Chase and claims the bank violated fair lending laws and its own policy for refusing to underwrite a loan for moral reasons.
To world news now, economic analysts say China's economy might surpass our own. We turn to Valerie Van Ryan for the details.
China will soon be the #1 economic power. That's according to a new report by the World Bank. The report finds that China will surpass the United States for the top economy spot around year 2020. The projection is based on the size of its economy. China's economy is currently about 60% of the size of the U.S. But China says it will not endorse the results. Experts say that this could be because of international relations. China might not want more financial obligations or more accountability for climate change. And there is more turmoil between Ukraine and Russia. Ukraine will now be enlisting men into the military draft. Russia told Ukraine to withdraw its military from eastern and southern Ukrainian borders. This is where anti-government insurgents have seized buildings. In response, Ukraine announced it's bringing back the military draft. Ukraine had ended its draft late last year, and now Ukraine's president says he wants to create a more professional army. Syrian and rebel forces continue to attack civilians, breaking a United Nations resolution. A new Human Rights Watch report reveals that bombing residential areas continues. The HRW documents 85 attacks on residential areas since the February 22nd resolution. It includes 2 accounts of the government barrel bomb attacks on hospitals. The 3-year civil war now has an estimated 150,000 death toll. Government forces seem to currently have an advantage in the civil war. Human Rights Watch urges harsher international punishments against both sides of the conflict. That's the World Update. Back to you.
Thanks, Valerie. Mother's Day is around the corner. We'll tell you some great spots to check out with Mom. And a new digital currency that's based on a dog. The details next.
What if we could make a difference with every cup of coffee we drink? With Fairtrade certified coffee, we can. Look for this label where you buy your coffee.
A new wind-powered ferry could be coming to the Bay Area, and it's using technology from last year's America's Cup. The ferry uses a sleek carbon fiber sail that can propel a racing yacht to speeds of 55 miles per hour. It will be the first wind-powered ferry service in the country. A group of sailors and entrepreneurs have been taking their bright green demonstration sail out on the bay nearly every day since February. They say the ferry would reduce fuel use and emissions by almost 25%.
Activist groups are suing the city of San Francisco over a new tech shuttle program. The program will charge tech companies $1 per stop to pick up passengers in red zones and muni stops. The pilot program is temporary, designed to last just 18 months, and was approved by the board of directors in April. The groups argue that it's illegal, claiming it violates state traffic code and environmental laws. The pilot program could earn the city an estimated $1.5 million.
Victoria Alaniz is here to tell us what else is going on in the tech world. Victoria?
Ever wished your car could clean itself? Well, Nissan may have come up with a solution to your car washing woes. The car manufacturer is testing a new type of paint on European cars. The paint, called Ultra Everdry, is supposed to repel water and oil by creating a layer of air between the car and other road debris. The paint works similarly to Rain-X, which makes raindrops turn to beads and roll off the windshield. Nissan is still testing the new paint and says it would only be available as an aftermarket option. A new pen is making your doodles become a work of art. The Lix 3D printing pen produces a liquid plastic ink that cools and solidifies with the push of a button. The London-based company Lix started their Kickstarter fundraising campaign at the end of April and have already raised over $700,000, far exceeding their goal. Although it isn't the first 3D pen, it is the smallest, so it's more user-friendly. The pens haven't officially been released, but pre-orders are almost sold out. The pens range from $70 to $1,000. The educational company Leapfrog is encouraging kids to get more active play. The Emeryville-based company is introducing the new product, the Leap Band. It's an activity tracker for kids. It's designed for ages 4 to 7, and the Leap Band keeps track of the child's activity throughout the day. To encourage physical activity, there are games like Hop Like a Kangaroo or Wiggle Like a Worm. The tracker works off of a point system, so the more the user plays, the more points they'll earn. The company says the Leap Band also promotes nutrition and hygiene. It's set to hit stores in August and will cost around $40.
Thanks, Victoria. Digital currencies have been taking off around the world. Valerie Van Ryan gives us a look at a lesser-known currency, Dogecoin.
The first official gathering of Dogecoin users happened over the weekend. Dogecoin is a new and booming online money exchange system. In only 4 months, it has become a $50 million internet currency.
When I started it, I would never have thought that this would, I never thought that we'd be sitting around here at a conference about the thing, because it was all based on a tweet that I put out, back in November.
It all started as a joke. The coin logo is based on the internet Doge meme. It is a Shiba Inu dog exclaiming, "Very currency. Wow, much coin." Jokes aside, some say that all digital currency should be taken seriously.
What Doge represents is the fact that the same design pattern of Bitcoin can be used in a myriad of ways to express transactions and currencies for different communities. And that shows that in the future we will have possibly thousands of currencies.
The money application is based on the original cryptocurrency, Bitcoin. It may sound like a popular concept, but online currencies are largely associated with drugs and money laundering.
I think it's important to look at the things that currencies can enable outside of the media narrative of drug dealing and all of the negative stories.
Even with the controversy surrounding cryptocurrency, the Dogecoin conference was a fun, lighthearted event. Usually it is only made of an online community, but today Dogecoin users met face to face. This is Valerie Van Ryn in San Francisco for State of Events.
Coming up, a grocery store that's helping out teens in a unique way, and a documentary that spotlights a San Francisco icon coming to a local film festival. After the break.
Chances of playing in the NFL, 1 in 1,500. Chances of becoming a pop star, 1 in 3,000. Chances of becoming a Hollywood actor, 1 in 5,000. Chances of getting into a school of your choice are better than 4 in 5. First round enrollment. It's for your family's future.
The George Lucas Museum may be coming to San Francisco after all. George Lucas wants to open his museum on land near the Golden Gate Bridge, but that idea was rejected by the Presidio Trust. Now, Chicago is trying to bring the museum to their city. Mayor Lee confirmed he knows Chicago is bidding against San Francisco for the museum, and he won't let go easily of the museum that will feature Lucas's lifetime art collection and movie memorabilia.
A local Bay Area Safeway grocery store is offering free formalwear to those in need. A checker at the Glen Cove Safeway of Vallejo has organized the dress donation for the past 5 years. The rack sits at the checkout stands and is available for anyone. The Safeway store manager says people use the rack for weddings, funerals, and prom. Dress prices can be a hardship for many, but the rack is based on the honor system. No fees or paperwork.
The San Francisco International Film Festival is almost over. But Vanessa Navarez is here with us to tell us about one local documentary filmmaker. Vanessa?
The 57th Annual San Francisco International Film Festival is hosting several great movies, such as Gio Coppola's Palo Alto with James Franco, Kirsten Dunst starring in The Two Faces of January. But none is glittering like the star in this documentary.
The Oakland Bay Bridge is the star in the documentary Impossible Light. A first-time filmmaker, and after being in TV production for years, he said he decided to take a risk and be part of what would become art history.
Large-scale project that shouldn't be possible. If anybody else thought of the idea and anybody else tried to make it happen, I don't know that it could because of who thought of it and the position that he was in, Ben Davis, and the context that he had and the context of which he lives in the city. He managed to have the right connections to put into place in all of the proper places. But
the man behind the brilliant idea explains his artistic thoughts to light up the overshadowed bridge.
Calling is, it doesn't need to be pointed out as art, it just needs to generate some emotional response from people. So with the Bay Lights, people can have all sorts of emotions. Everyone has their own range of it. It's almost undeniable, though. You get in the presence and something happens to you. So whether you're an 80-year-old, whether you're the child of that 80-year-old, the teenage child, or the 2-year-old toddler that might be part of 4 generations, everybody up and down the line of that group is having their own experience, right down to the 2-year-old who's moving up into those lights and having their own sense of wonder that even transcends formation of words.
The documentary follows the significant artist Leo Villarreal, who designed the world's largest LED light installation. He said using light in art form began at a Burning Man event. Director Ambers takes us back a year to the opening ceremony.
You know, I'm pinching myself. I can't believe the moment is actually here. But here we are, 1.8 miles long, 25,000 lights, and monumental public art.
The bay lights will be turned off after March 2015, although some are trying to raise funds to keep it shining through 2025. Ben Davis tells us how it is.
If no one calls it art again, I don't really care. What I really care about is watching people have the experience with it.
The film festival is one of the longest running in the U.S. It runs from April 24th to May 8th. If you want to see what it took to put on the Bay Lights, watch Impossible Light screening at the Roxy Theater May 8th at 7 p.m. We'll be right back.
The American Cancer Society Discovery Shops are a chain of unique retail stores that help fight cancer.
I donate because it helps save lives.
So far, Discovery Shops have raised over $170 million.
I donate because all of us deserve to live long, healthy lives.
Donations to American Cancer Society Discovery Shops have helped scientists do so much, but more needs to be done.
I donate because it matters.
Discover for yourself. Discovery Shops.
Last week, we first told you about the recorded racist rant from Clippers coach Donald Sterling. Now, the woman behind the recording speaks out. Nikki Pena is here to tell us more and what's going on around the Bay. Nikki?
That's right, Talia. The woman who leaked the recordings finally spoke out in a one-on-one interview with Barbara Walters. Sterling's former assistant and supposed girlfriend, V. Stiviano, told Walters that she doesn't believe Sterling is a racist, but she does think that he should absolutely apologize. And with more news on the Clippers, stars are lining up as potential buyers of the Los Angeles basketball team. Some of the celebrities interested in buying the team include Oprah Winfrey, Sean P. Diddy Combs, and boxing champ Floyd Mayweather. Need an idea for the weekend? It's time for the Yerba Buena Gardens Festival. The festival kicks off this weekend in the city where children and adults can enjoy the arts. Here you can enjoy many varieties of live music such as classical and jazz, and you can also catch other theater performances. This summer, the Yerba Buena Gardens Festival will host over 1,300 different world-class performances. And if you haven't already made plans for your mom this Sunday, you're in luck. Here are some of the events going on in honor of Mother's Day. San Francisco's Exploratorium will be having their free day, which means admission will be free for everyone and not just for mothers. So take your mom to the pier and enjoy the hundreds of exhibits the Exploratorium has to offer. Or how about spending quality time with mom while learning about the city? This Sunday, San Francisco City Guide will be offering guided walking tours at 15 famous spots here in the city. You and mom can enjoy tours at popular spots like the Castro, the Japanese Tea Garden, and the famous Golden Gate Bridge. These tours will also include free admission, but donations are welcome. And that's all with your weekend update. I'm Nikki Pena. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Nikki. Don't know what to cook your mom on Mother's Day? Kyle Nitchie tells us how to make a delicious dinner for mom.
Thanks, guys. You know, Mother's Day is right around the corner, and I really want to share with you my 3 favorite recipes to surprise mom with breakfast in bed. They're really easy to do and really fun to make at the same time. So let's get started.
Okay, so the first thing we're going to make is buttermilk pancakes. Make your own batter with 1 cup flour, 1 cup of buttermilk, and then 1 egg. Give a dash of vanilla for flavor, and then a touch of salt. Then whisk. Pick up a chef's bottle from almost any kitchen store. It makes the next step so much easier. Heat up a frying pan and add safflower oil. Next, squeeze out your favorite shaped pancake, and then fill in the rest. And then serve it up with some real maple syrup and some fruit topping. Now, it's a common misconception that omelets should be made with 3 eggs. Well, that's wrong. Prepare your veggies, whisk your eggs, butter your pan, shake out your eggs flat and even, add spinach, tomatoes, mushrooms, and cheese. Then let it cook. When it's not so runny, fold it over, then flip. What you have left is a healthy meal that allows Mom to keep her girlish figure. Now, one of my favorite things to make is stuffed hash browns. You will need to grate some potato, chop some white onion, and some green onion. Sauté the onions in olive oil for a minute. Then make some room for the hash browns. Make 2 patties and cook. Melt some cheese over the browns and then fold everything over. Savory and tasty hash browns that any mom would enjoy.
And there you have it. 3 easy, simple recipes to choose from to make for your mom on Mother's Day. And I really hope you have a good one. Until then, I'm Kyle Nitchie. You stay hungry, San Francisco.
Well, I feel so lucky because my mom is actually coming up to visit me this weekend, so maybe I'll get creative and try one of those recipes that Kyle taught us.
Well, that sounds like a wonderful time. I'm surely jealous. My mother will still be back home in Florida.
All right, well, thanks for joining us on State of Events.
Follow us on Twitter and Facebook at ksfsmedia.net for the latest news.
See you next week.